Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I do give all honor and all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekah Quadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, from whom I've learned this 100% truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect who are scattered in the four corners of the earth. Also to shalom to the elder bishops of Connecticut, also whom I've learned this 100% truth, and also to all the elder apostles and the bishops, and all the leaders ruling well, even unto this day, continuing to pursuing this truth, and also to shalom to the sincere sisters who are listening and learning in silence and keeping the order to the best of their ability. All right, with fear and trembling. You see, that's what we do. All right, so getting on with the lesson. All right, it reads here, Psalms 119 and 9 reads, wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed. There are two according to thy word. You see, that's how a young man can do what's right. Young man want to know how to, please Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, to be in good standings with the Lord. You see, take heed. There are two according to his word. Keep his laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. To seek him, to seek the Lord with all your heart. You see, be thirsty for this truth. Be thirsty for this understanding. You see, so you will know how to conduct yourselves, young men. You see, don't wait until you get old. Do this work now. You see, because the way things going now, I very doubt you will get old. You see, because we're at the end of the end now. We might have another year or so. I'm not predicting any end. The end when the Lord comes back, because I don't know. No one knows. Not even Yahweh Shai knows. You see, that's up to the Heavenly Father. You see, and also too, we got that the big prophecy has to come into fruition. They need that mandate of the MOTB. We already know that. Let's see here. So let me read this again. Psalms 119 and 9 from the top. Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? How can a young man do what's right? How can a young man, it surely isn't by water baptism. You see, that's symbolic. You see, you are baptized if a young man he listens to this 100% truth, particularly from the elder apostles and bishops and the elders and leaders right on down to the local camps and the affiliates that teach them 100% truth. You see, you'll learn, you'll get, you saturate your mind in these scriptures. You'll get the 100% truth. You see, it says, wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? You see, by taking heed, there are two according to thy word, the law, statutes, and commandments, doing the, listening to the elder apostles and bishops and, the men that are teaching the 100% truth. I must say again. All right, it reads on. It says, verse 10 reads, with my whole heart have I sought thee. See, with all of your mind, because the word heart goes into the Hebrew word la'ab, which means your mind. You see, you want to saturate all of your mind. You want to focus all of your mind on this 100% truth, so you'll know how to please Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So so you can get the right understanding to understand that God, the Lord doesn't love everybody. You see, there's a people that He hates. There's a people that He made wicked. You see, it says here, roughly paraphrasing, Esau, what is that? In Romans 9 and 13, let me get it. I'm going to go there. Esau have I loved, Jacob have I hated. We have to understand that these are the Lord's words. You see, we got to understand that the Lord loves who He loves and hates who He hates. It reads here, Romans 9 and 13, it reads, as it is written, See, now this is written. This is the truth. You see, you can't, you can't make this say anything else but what it's saying. It's clear of what it's saying. You see, it says here, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Now, who is Jacob? You know, Jacob and Esau, were twins. You see, Esau came out first, but Jacob held the heel of Esau. You see, Jacob is the end of the world. You know, Salakia, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow. Let me get that real quick, because the word says what it says. Okay, let's go to 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter. Let's go to 6th chapter, and the let's go here. Let's go to 2nd Ezra, 6th chapter. Let's start with the 8th verse. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, of him Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world. You see, and who's ruling the world now? So we are at the end of the world right now. So this is how a young man can cleanse his way. By adhering to this, taking heed to this truth. You see, it says here, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. The hand of man is betwixt the heel and the hand. You see? Other question Ezra asked, thou not. He didn't have to ask any more questions on that matter. You see? I believe he got full understanding on that. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. You see? Roughly paraphrasing again. See? All right, now let's go back to Psalms 119 and 10. It says, with my whole heart have I sought thee. You know, with all of your mind. You see, you focusing, you thinking. You see, and you're praying. You doing your fasting, your due diligence. You see, listening to the prophets that are teaching the 1% truth. You're learning, you're studying consistently. And then, you're doing your lessons, you're going out on the highways and the hedges. This is how a young man can cleanse his way. And this is how you do it with your whole heart. You got to do it with your, you got to do it with your presence among the prophets that are teaching the 100% truth. You see, it says here, with my whole heart have I sought thee. You got to seek the Lord with all your heart, mind, soul, and body. You got to love him. All right. It says here, oh, let me not wander from thy commandments. You don't want to. If you know it's wrong to eat shrimp, pork, lobster, things of that nature, you know it's wrong to celebrate your birthdays. You know it's wrong to, celebrate these wicked holidays, and you know it's wrong to be in be in Christianity at this time we're in now, voting and doing all those type things, wilding out, being the way you've always been. You see, you're wandering out of the way of from the Lord's commandments. Now let me get this real quick. What is it? Proverbs. Let's see. Let's go to Proverbs, because when you wander out of the way of the Lord's commandments, roughly paraphrasing, you going to what is it? 22. Hold on a minute. Let me get it real quick. I won't botch it up. All right, this is Proverbs 21:16 says, the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding. Understanding what? These laws, statutes, and commandments that we must obey. You learned that you were an Israelite, but yet, and that's as far as you exerted yourself. You see, you haven't sought out the Lord with your whole mind. So what are you doing? The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. 2/3 of our people are in the congregation of the dead. Salakia. Salakia for that. Somebody's calling me. But anyway, The man that, this is Proverbs 21:16 reads, the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. That's 2/3 of our people. You know, we tell them week in and week out, we make videos every day of the week. You know, the internet is doing the heavy lifting. You see, has done the heavy lifting and still doing the heavy lifting. You see, you don't, you could pull up a video at any time, anywhere. You see, there won't be any excuse. You see, but the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. You see, a man that that's know that he's an Israelite and still not studying and still not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of his ability. He's wandering out of the way. He's remaining in the congregation of the dead. You see, that's how serious this is. But I just want to get that little bit out. Lord willing, you will edify. Until the next time, shalom.